Welcome to Keep It Sunny's 31 Days of Halloween.
Hey guys, welcome back to Keep It Sunny's 31 Days of Halloween. Today we're going to be making some deep fried rats. These cheese stuffed jalapenos have a crispy outside and are sure to freak your guests out. The ingredients we're going to need today are going to be 8 to 10 large jalapenos, 2 Slim Jims, 1 8-ounce block of cream cheese, 1 tablespoon of Creole seasoning, 2 teaspoons of salt, 2 teaspoons of pepper, 2 tablespoons of shredded onions, 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of breadcrumbs, 2 cups of panko crumbs, 4 egg yolks, purple food coloring, black food coloring, a toothpick, and a chopstick. We're going to start off by taking our jalapenos that have been washed. Now, when you choose your jalapeno at the store, you want to choose ones that have a nice curved stem. We're going to be leaving the stems on these jalapenos. These are going to act as our little rat tails. So the ones that have the nice thick curved stems are the ones you're going to want to choose, because they're also going to act as like a little handle for us to pick up our little rats. Now, the way we're going to cut these is we're going to cut them kind of like in an L shape. We're going to cut down and then across. So we're going to be cutting off a little top. We don't want to cut all the way through because, again, we want to leave our little jalapeno stems on our jalapenos. So we're going to cut down just a little bit, about ½ inch, and then we're going to start at the bottom and cut across. And that's the top of our little jalapeno. We want to keep this because we're going to be assembling the jalapeno back together once we have it all stuffed. And make sure to keep the tops with the correct bottoms, because you will find that they only fit one way. So if you mix and match your tops, you might get awkwardly fitting jalapenos. Clean out the seeds. The more seeds that you leave, the spicier these will be. So it kind of depends how spicy you want your poppers to be. So if you want your jalapenos to be really spicy, then don't clean out all the seeds, leave some in there. But if you want them to be very mild, then we want to make sure to take out all of the seeds. Now, do not do this. Do you see how I have the curve on this one? This is wrong because my little rat tail is curved under. We don't want it to be curved under, we want it to be curved up. So make sure you slice the correct side. I did this one upside down. You always want your little tails to curve upwards. So keep that in mind when you're cutting your jalapenos. Okay, now we have all of our jalapenos cut and the centers digged out. Now we're gonna go ahead and take our Slim Jims. These are gonna be our little rat arms and legs. And we're just going to cut them into like 1.5 inch pieces, and then we're going to quarter them. The reason we're using Slim Jims for the little legs is I needed something that would be strong enough to hold up having batter on it and being able to be deep fried and wasn't going to fall apart in the jalapeno. So now we're just going to go ahead and take a toothpick and we're going to poke a hole into the jalapeno to start it. This is where we're going to put the little legs. And then we're going to take a chopstick and push it through our little pinhole that we made to make this hole big enough to fit our Slim Jim in. And then I just kind of took the little Slim Jim pieces and I kind of squished them to make them a little denser and a little more firm to push through the holes. You want it to be partially in the jalapeno and partially out of the jalapeno. This is going to keep them from falling off when you are frying them. Now I'm going to flip these upside down so the legs do not get damaged while I'm working on the other ones. Okay, now we're going to take a bowl. We're going to put in 1 8-ounce block of cream cheese, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of pepper, 2 tablespoons of onions, 1/2 cup of milk, and some purple food coloring. You could also use red. I only had purple, so I wanted that when you bit into these rats to be a little weird looking. Now we're just gonna go ahead and microwave this, stirring occasionally until the cheese is all melted. And this is what it's gonna look like. I went ahead and took a whisk and just made sure everything was well blended together. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take a plate and we are ready to stuff our little rats. Just gonna go ahead and take one of the jalapenos and remove its little lid. And I'm just gonna pile in some cream cheese. You kind of want to overstuff these rats because you don't want to push the lid completely down because then you won't have much filling in there. So you just kind of want to sit it on top, and then we're going to put these guys into the freezer afterwards, so that's going to help everything solidify and stay together. Just going to fill all of our little rats here. Okay, now we have all of our rats filled, and we're gonna go ahead and put these into the freezer for 2 hours. We want these to be completely solid and frozen so they do not fall apart when we are breading them. Now we're gonna go ahead, now that our rats are done in the freezer, we're gonna go ahead and take a bowl and we're going to mix together our breading. We're gonna take 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of breadcrumbs, 2 cups of panko crumbs, 1 tablespoon of Creole seasoning, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of pepper. I'm gonna go ahead and mix that up. And then we're gonna wanna take 4 eggs, and we're just gonna whisk that all together. And this is gonna be our egg wash to help our breadcrumbs to stick. Okay, now we've got our frozen little jalapeno rats. Now, first we're gonna go ahead and dip them into the breadcrumb mixture because we wanna make sure we get all the moisture off of them to help our egg wash stick better. Then we're going into the egg, and then back into the breadcrumbs. Now, we're also going to do this one more time because sometimes the breadcrumbs don't want to stick to the smooth skin of the jalapeno. So I do it twice to make sure they are fully coated. Okay, and once they have all that coating on there, we're just going to set them onto a plate again. We're going to coat the rest of our little rats. Okay, now all of our rats are coated in our breadcrumb mixture. Now we're gonna freeze these for 2 more hours. Again, because I do not want these to fall apart once we've put all the work into them. So we're gonna make sure that these are nice and solid so they deep fry perfectly. Once they are done in the freezer, we're gonna go ahead and take some oil. We're going to turn it onto medium heat. And once the oil is ready, we're just going to drop in our little rats. Now, we're going to fry these rats for 8 to 10 minutes until they are golden brown. We're just going to carefully drop our little rats into our oil. We're going to be using metal tongs to move our rats around and check on the crust. Once they are all browned, we're going to go ahead and take them out of the oil and just repeat this process until all of our little rats are cooked. They really look like little creatures when they come out of the oil. Now for the very last step, I'm going to go ahead and put little eyes on these. I just used some black food coloring and dotted little eyes on it. These little rats are delicious if you serve them with some ranch dip like I have here. You could also serve them with sriracha or even like a sweet and sour cranberry sauce. Makes a really nice contrast to these jalapeno rats. And there we have it. Those are our deep fried rats. This food certainly looks disturbing, and it's a little disturbing to eat, but I think that makes it part of the fun. These little guys are absolutely savory and delicious, with a little bit of that Halloween creepiness. Okay, that's it. That's all we have for you today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And make sure to come back tomorrow for some more Halloween fun. If you want extra content from us, you can check us out on our Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter in the description below. Thanks again for watching. God loves you. Happy Halloween.